Welcome to Exemplary Marketing YouTube channel. So in this video, we're going to be talking about significance of having both Android and iOS versions of applications. Why iOS is a preferred choice for developers. The number of Android apps exceed more than in comparison to iOS, but many of the apps are first released on the iOS platform. For instance, the popular photo and video sharing social networking app, Instagram, was initially launched on iOS and then made available for Android 18 months later. The first reason is of course the reliability and credibility of the Apple. Moreover, the number of free app downloads is not higher in iOS, so the publisher gets a steady source of income. And also Apple is very strict on what type of app would be released on the App Store. One of the other indicating reasons is the introduction in the Swift programming language by iOS. In fact, it has simplified the task of iOS developers to much extent. The iOS users are relatively quicker in adopting the latest version and following the latest updates. The advantages of using Android versions. The first fact that goes in the favor of Android is the number of users using it. As per the statistics, there are over 3.5 million Android apps. As per the statistics, there are over 3.5 million Android apps. As for the audience, they don't mind waiting for the next app release from Google. The Android users have to get much wider choice when it comes to changing the app settings and parameters relating to operating system. The Android version offers better notification features and much more improved user experience. Android also offers better hardware choice and its devices can suit every budget holder. So, continuing the discussion further, we can say that both Android and iOS versions hold their importance. Therefore, the app developer can choose to release his app simultaneously on both platforms. However, while doing so, one needs to take guard for the user experience and user interface, which is predominantly different both on iOS. But if you want to adopt the user interface for both platforms, you can do it in 3 ways. Taking into consideration design of platform. The user interface design of platform can be time consuming and also requires a lot of money as well. So if you're willing to transfer the design of your app, both UI and UX have to commence from the beginning. It is because you have to follow the norms of platform requirements and maintain the standards. So, when do you think is the appropriate time to launch the app on the both popular platforms? When the app has already become successful and you want to increase your customer base at quick pace. The designers keep following the orientation so that they can get more ideas, and once the user downloads the app, he is familiar with the UI and UX elements. Both Google and Android keep releasing the application design trends, so if you want to transform your Android to iOS, there is not much of choice due to supervised branding. If it's the other way around, the following material design guidelines become essential. On the other hand, when you follow the norms of various platforms, design is the way to app functionality and interface is not simple. Establishing the brand's veracity across platforms. Well, you can say that keeping the design intact on all the platforms without integrated elements can be easier and affordable to draft the design. But when the real challenge is related to the design UI without the presence of built-in UI elements for the platform. Here we can cite the example of VSCO Cam. Initially the app was released on iOS platform in 2012 and then on Android on 2020. It was copy-paste technique as far as interface is concerned, but the main fact is that both platforms lack the standards of visual design. VSCO did not follow the mainstream guidelines and focused more on creativity. However, it is a brand and also part of creativity community, therefore brand integrity becomes crucial. You need to focus on the brand integrity, and it becomes all the important if some target audience is using different mediums to navigate through the app. For instance, he may use Android smartphones, tablet, iPhone, iPad, or even personal laptop. Here, the versions of various platforms resemble of the same because of the smooth transition between the platforms. Often the user experience is categorized into 4 divisions, namely verbalization, possibly inner feeling, simplicity, and magical experience. So if you want to make the UI and UX fundamental, it is important that these 4 components gel with each other. However, it is not necessary to follow the guidelines. The balance between the 2 methods. This is somewhat a mixed approach. However, before you apply this technique, you have to consider your target audience on separate levels. Firstly, the ones who are well acquainted with your app and its products. They are loyal customers. In the second category, you have people who are totally unknown to your product. They only have the knowledge about the features of the platform. However, you need to take a careful tactic and find a way that helps keep the brand identity intact on one hand, and then other keeps on adding and users on the board. So if the job of the designer is to find out the interface elements that makes your product image and also save the interest of the brand. Therefore, the mixed approach can be evidently seen here, and the developers have developed a successful and popular product. If we take into perspective the Android and iOS platform that almost look identical and follow the guidelines as well, but they focus on the user interest, the designing style and approach is simple, providing more space for the content. You can follow the mixed approach when your brand becomes an identity and you gain the upper hand in user experience. You get an opportunity to make more of the loyal customers and the attention diverts to the brand recognition. The only downside with this method is the costly specific for the new entrepreneurs. Conclusion. Well, consider the scenario nowadays. You can have both iOS and Android versions of the app in the same time. In fact, you can follow the given methods to design your app using both platforms. The main focus of the attention should always remain the user specific needs. To be honest, the users are not interested to know the method or way, but they want to follow how well you are offering the experience. So if you like this video, do not forget to hit the like button down below. Also do not forget to share and subscribe to this channel. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care and goodbye.